From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Your weekend weather update is made possible by Caltrans District 2.
Save more on Parker House, Ashley, and Coaster. Furniture and Mattress 86, across from the Churn Creek Post Office on Merchant Street, Reading.
Hey folks, good morning. Hope you had a nice day yesterday, and I hope you ran those outdoor errands yesterday, because today the weather not quite as cooperative. Notice that rain building over the next several hours and through today. In fact, some rumbles of thunder expected on the coast, some of us in the valley as well. Look at those temperatures too in Siskiyou and Modoc County. We're going to be talking mid-40s out there, mid-50s in the valley and out towards the eastern mountains. So that cool down definitely noticeable, right? We're not seeing spring come back for the next few days, that much is for sure. Or maybe in a way, I guess you could say spring is coming back, because spring is kind of notorious for this kind of active start, right? We sort of see this as the pattern changes, and that's exactly what's happening. So we'll start again with the highs across the area. Notice those mid-50s, maybe upper 50s, and I want to bring attention to that thunderstorm chance. Yeah, we actually are in that general thunderstorm risk from the Storm Prediction Center across the area, so it's no huge surprise that we're seeing that, right? Rest of us will just be talking snow and rain. Snow levels probably starting out at about 4,000 to 4,500 feet. We also have some of those winter storm watches and warnings ongoing. Tune in later on. I'll have more on those. And in fact, I'm actually going to share those on the Facebook page as well. So go over to Mike Kruger Weather NorCal and you can get some more details on those warnings, and also on the website at weathernorcal.com. So that's a useful little resource there. So let's take a look at the futurecast next 24 hours, see how these storms and showers evolve. And well, they've been starting out as showers, right? So we see that development later in the day where that convection boils up. I'm going to highlight that first, see what I'm talking about here. Those heavier downpours at times scattered across the area, if those updrafts can really establish themselves, yeah, they could produce some rumbles of thunder out there. Snow levels will continue to drop, so we'll see that happening over the next, like I said, 12 hours or so, maybe 18 hours. Then as we head later and later into tonight and into tomorrow, we're starting to see more snow than rain. Check that out there. And again, it's not necessarily all of us getting all precipitation all the time. It's just kind of scattered to slightly widespread at times, and we don't break this pattern for a while. Notice as we head through Monday, building back again, more rumbles of thunder possible here. Snow levels continue to drop across the area, probably down to 2,500 feet or so. So those snow caps are absolutely going to have no trouble out there. They're probably going to pick up a couple more feet out there. And some of our lower population centers are probably going to be picking up several inches of snow as well. Now, as we head through Tuesday, there it goes, continuing Wednesday. Okay, now we're starting to see the precipice change, right? We're starting to go from the more active first half of the week to a little bit of a less active second half of the week. So it's still scattered Wednesday and into Thursday, and then it turns sort of isolated, right? There is a difference between those two terms. Isolated is much less widespread, right? So there is still that chance, but it's not nearly as high. And then by the time we're heading through the end of the week and next weekend, we really start to see the temperatures kind of warm up and the conditions as a whole dry out. So I do think we're going to see an end to this active pattern. Notice by next weekend, we're not seeing much of a signal at all. So I think by the time I'm talking to you this time next weekend, we'll be talking drier weather. It's going to be the next few days where we have that wet pattern building across the area. In fact, I think we'll actually be warming up. Notice as we head through next weekend, about 7 days from now, high pressure is the story. Of course, things can and will change, but if you like the warmth, you might like that trend. I think we have a little bit more upward trend to go in the first week of April and probably the second week of April as well. So there is kind of hope on that horizon if you're tired of the winter type stuff and you're more of a heat lover. And then as we head on and on into spring, of course, we'll see that trend continue. I don't think we'll necessarily see heat come back over the next couple of weeks, but more warmth, yeah, I could see that happening. So let's take a look at the rainfall outlooks here, because we do have some higher totals building in Del Norte County, Humboldt County, Trinity County, Western Siskiyou County. The usual suspects, right? We're going to be talking 3, 4, maybe even isolated spots higher than 4 inches of rain up in the northwestern portions of the area. Shasta County, down at Tehama Butte, Plumas County, you could see some of those areas 2, 3 inches of rain, and then of course up in the upper elevations, that's just a buttload of snow. Fun fact, it's actually a real unit of measurement. Look it up. So yeah, we're definitely seeing a lot. I'll have more model runs here. I'll post some on the page intermittently throughout the day, maybe this afternoon, as to the different model variations of the expected snow totals across the area. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, those winter weather watches, warnings, and advisories that we have ongoing across the area. So we'll wrap that up in the 7-day here. There's that thunder for the next day or two. Tomorrow looks like we have that as well. And then, as mentioned, there's that kind of divide, right? Notice towards the end of the week, you start to see it become a little more isolated than by the really wrapping the week up Friday, Saturday. That's whenever we dry out and start to see that trend of temperatures upwards. Really, the trend is your friend, like I was mentioning there. Notice the trend goes from 50s in the coast up to the 60s by the end of the week and towards next weekend. Mount Shasta City, it's the same story. We go from the 40s to the 50s in the extended term. Snow levels today starting out in the 4,000 foot vicinity out there, but they'll only be dropping over the next couple of days. So those higher elevation population centers will be seeing more and more in the way of snow as far as our dominant precipitation over the next 24 to 48 hours. And let's take a look at the valley. Thunder today, tomorrow, and maybe Tuesday, but I think we start to lose a little bit of that energy, right? So we'll watch that as we get a little bit closer to it. Then the second half of the week dries out and we see a return to the slightly more warm and mild temperatures across the area.
Save more on our huge selection of Nectar, Dream Cloud, Sierra Sleep, and Diamond Mattress. Furniture and Mattress 86, across from the Churn Creek Post Office on Merchant Street, Reading.